This is a larger, more impressive, and a little more advanced monkey, but it still doesn't take too long. It uses two 5-inch rounds. I've got a mocha that I've blown up to about 2.5 inches or so, and I've left the tail on it. And then I've got a white that's about 1 inch, and I trimmed it very close to the knot. And then I've got a 160, a 260, and a 360, all in deluxe chocolate. The 360, I've got about a 5 or 6 inch tail on the end of it. Likewise with the 160, and then the 260 has about a 3 to 4 inch tail. We're going to start with the 360. And I'm going to twist about a 2 or 3 inch bubble. It really doesn't matter because ultimately I'm going to remove this, but I'll show you an option, so I'm going to leave it smaller. And then I'm going to make a small round bubble, a little smaller than the diameter. You can see it's smaller than the size of the balloon there. And we'll make that into a pinch twist. That'll be an ear. And we're going to make a little bit bigger bubble so that it's nice and round, about the size of the balloon. And then another small one the size of that one to make another pinch twist. That'll be our monkey's other ear. Make that into a pinch twist. And then just like on our smaller monkey, we're going to take and bring all 3 of these and twist them together. So you want to bring this point and that point together. So just kind of pull the head up, squeeze it in, and then twist it all around to lock it in place. And you've got a nice little monkey head there, and if you wanted, you can leave this on here and use that for his nose. But I like to add a round there so I can do a little more artwork with it. So I'm going to go ahead and take and use my snippet and cut this off. And then just wrap that around, and I'll wrap it around the ears to lock it in place because you don't want it coming undone. And then we're going to take the mocha 5-inch round, and I'm going to twist that into the base here. Wrap it around a couple times to make sure it's secure. You don't want it coming off. That's going to be his muzzle now. And then I'll take the white, divide it into 2, making sure the knot is in the twisted part for his eyes. And then come from the back of the head and just bring one up on either side. Twist him and lock him into place. And then I'll take the muzzle and wrap it around the eyes and pull it down to them. Make sure it's pulled in good and snug. And so now you can see our monkey's head is starting to take shape there. Now you're going to take and make a small bubble in the back, make a neck, about 1 inch or so, and then make a real small bubble that's going to be a pinch twist. This will be his shoulders. And then we're going to make his body, and I'll make about a 4 or 5 inch bubble. Now you've got 2 options here, depending on how you want your monkey to position. If you want him to stand, you'll make 2 small pinch twists, so he'll stand up straight. If you want him to sit, and I'll do this a lot because kids really get a kick out of this when they see what happens, I'll make 1 pinch twist, and then I'll divide that into 2, using a little monkey bottom. And of course, kids, that's one of the first things they'll notice, and they think that's hysterical. So twist that around to make sure it's locked in place, and we're going to pop this excess off. Secure that in. So there's your monkey's body. Just like that. We're going to set that aside for a second. I'm going to take the 160, and we're going to make his arms. So start by making a little small bubble about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch, followed by 2 small pinch twists. There's 1. There's 2. So you get 2 pinch twists. Then we're going to make 2 bubbles about the size of that first bubble we made. Just like that. And then bring them down and lock them into the 2 pinch twists. And position it so the 2 fingers stick out on the end and the thumb sticks up, and there's your one little hand. Then measure off about 6 or 7 inches for your first arm. Another bubble the same size for your second arm. And then you can let go of the first if you like. Then we're going to make another hand, but we're going to reverse and make your 2 pinch twists. Just like that. Then we'll make our 2 fingers. So make your 2 bubbles. Twist them into the 2 pinch twists and lock them into place. And then we're going to make our thumb. Make your last small bubble. Now we're going to pop the excess off and make sure you leave enough to tie so you can have your thumb there. Just like that. And trim that. And that's basically what's going to be your two arms. Divide that back into two. Grab your monkey, and this will go at that pinch twist at the top. It's his shoulders. Fold his thumb up in the back. Cross him over in the front once to lock them in place. And now your monkey has arms. I'll give him a little shake. Now he can do push-ups. We'll put him aside for a second. We're going to grab our 260. Now you're going to make about a 5 or 6 inch bubble, about the same length as his arms. And then we're going to make a small round bubble and make that into a pinch twist. And then make 2 about 1 inch bubbles. Lock those into that pinch twist just like that. That's basically 1 foot. And we're going to make one more bubble, a round bubble there, a little smaller than those two. That'll be his, I guess you would call it a thumb on their foot. Now we're going to reverse and make his other foot coming up. The 2 feet will be connected. So you make another bubble the same size as that, and then your pinch twist and your 2 bubbles and come up to your leg. Okay. That's the other foot thumb, or whatever you call that. Then your pinch twist. Just like that. Now we need our 2 bubbles like those. And sometimes you may lose your grip on that and let it go. It's okay. I'm going to turn them so they're facing the same way. So there's your 2 feet. They're connected at the thumb there. Now we're going to make another bubble the same size as our first leg. Go ahead and grab the end and twist those 2 together, just like that, and then grab your monkey. And where those 2 legs come together, twist them in at the bottom. Make sure his feet are pointing up. And then give your tail a little bit of shape. And there's your cute little monkey.